welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shabani Gharat. T20 season is upon us with the biggest sporting extravaganza of the year, IPL, happening in less than 2 months, and the inaugural edition for Women's T20 League WPL happening just in the month of March. If you recall back in June 2022, during a 3-day auction, Viacom18 won the IPL digital rights for a whopping sum of rupees 23,758 crore. And then more recently, Viacom18 grabbed the media rights for the upcoming Women's IPL for a sum of rupees 951 crore rupees for 5 years for both TV and digital. There is a lot of excitement around both these events, and especially for IPL, the broadcaster is estimating a reach of 500 million in terms of viewership. Viacom18 with its digital push is also trying to lure TV viewers and hopes to attract linear TV advertisers too. When it comes to disrupting IPL digital viewership, they have identified 3 barriers, and the focus for this season of IPL is to bust each of them. Anil Jayaraj, CEO of Viacom18 Sports, tells us more in this special chat. Viacom18 is pulling out all stops for its upcoming broadcast of the Indian Premier League as well as its inaugural edition of the Women's T20 WPL. To tell us more about this, we have Anil Jayaraj, CEO of Viacom18 Sports, speaking to us about these investments. Anil, welcome to Storyboard.
Thank you. Thank you, Shivani, for having me.
Anil, first, let's begin our conversation by speaking about the Women's T20 League, which is WPL as it's known. Now, you have grabbed the media rights for both TV and digital for a sum of 950 crore rupees recently. What is the kind of action that we will see around this event, and what is the kind of content pipeline that you expect for WPL in its inaugural edition?
We were very, very excited when the opportunity to bid for the rights for media for WPL came up, because we believe that it is actually a sport that has real potential. This is a pretty strong business case, and at least from the initial sort of market outlook, it looks quite a promising property for advertisers also. It comes on the back of the women's under-19 win that India had, yes. And suddenly a lot of the names are household names. As far as the content pipeline goes, we have plans to broadcast this in multiple languages, across multiple feeds, and especially on digital, we are going to have quite a few innovations of the kind that are quite new to India for sure in the world of sport.
After that, one of the biggest sporting event of the year, IPL, is happening in less than 2 months from now. You won the digital rights for a sum of 23,758 crore rupees. Less than 2 months to go. What is the action like, and what is the excitement at Viacom18 Sports, if you can share that with us?
It's our first time, but it's also the first time that consumers will be able to experience digital like they have never before. And the honest truth is that digital is bigger than television today. Last year on television, about 360 million people would have viewed IPL. This year, across connected TVs and mobile screens, this number will be well north of 500 for IPL alone. And this is because of what has happened with the growth of internet and the proliferation of internet-enabled devices.
Also, you said north of 500 is, decline in TV viewership in general the reason for digital viewership that you are expecting out of this season of IPL?
Last year was amongst the poorest seasons on television for IPL. And this is basically all urban homes, all the so-called attractive homes for advertisers which they target. By most reports, if you see, pay television homes have also declined, right? So access to consumers has gone down. And what's essentially happened is, in the TV universe, you have the free-to-air audiences who have had no access to IPL in the past. And at the top end, consumers have moved on to connected TVs. Now, while those two Indias exist, it's also true that digital consumption in the middle India, which is the pay TV universe, has also been growing dramatically. So it's a combination of all three segments that is actually causing digital to grow dramatically fast.
Okay, and also in the previous editions of IPL, one needed to have a subscription. It was behind a paywall to watch IPL digitally. Is free for all, like anyone with an internet connection can watch the IPL now, will also contribute to the increase in the viewership of IPL, and how excited are advertisers about this prospect?
What we are aiming to do as a part of our offering is actually to target the three barriers to consumption of IPL. The first one is the barrier of accessibility, which is we want to ensure that anybody who has an internet-enabled device, whether it's a phone, whether it's a laptop, whether it's a connected TV, has unrestricted 24/7 access to IPL content. So that is the first thing that we are doing. And we are also doing that by ensuring that the second big barrier, which is of affordability, is also not there. So for this season, JioCinema will be absolutely free for any consumer for any amount of time. So that obviously also has a massive impact in terms of viewership. And the third thing that we are doing is actually knocking off the barrier of languages. So for the first time, IPL would be seen in about 12 languages and maybe about 16 to 18 different feeds. What this means is no matter which part of India you're in, you're likely to have at least a language or two which you're familiar with, which you will enjoy engaging with for you to be able to watch IPL.
So here comes the golden question. What is the kind of revenue that you're targeting, ad revenue that you're targeting with this season of IPL?
So Shivani, unfortunately, we don't reveal.
Give us a ballpark.
Well, it's going to be the largest ever that has been seen, but beyond
largest ever.
But beyond that, we can't really comment on.
Anil, over the past few years, we have seen that IPL has been a playing field for a lot of startups. With funding winters, do you see an impact, or do you expect some sort of an impact on this season of IPL? Have you factored that?
Yes, for sure. I mean, we keep a very close eye on what's happening, at the larger economy level. But having said that, that's where we believe digital has a distinct advantage. So even if you have, if you have had to shrink your budget from last year, digital offers you the opportunity to participate at scale, right? Because there is no wastage. And that's why in such times, actually, participating on JioCinema might still be a terrific idea. Because all said and done, while there is a funding slowdown, the inherent businesses still continue to function, and they certainly have the desire to grow fast. And what better platform than IPL to do that? So yes, there will be an impact. Having said that, we think it will be significantly to the advantage of the digital medium.
Okay, so you're planning to get access, affordability and languages to this cricket crazy nation of ours in the coming days with this season of IPL. Around the FIFA Football World Cup, we saw quite cool tech and innovations around the way in which we interacted with the game of football. We could see it with different angles, from different angles. You could actually replay a goal while watching a match. Can you share with us what is the kind of cool things that we expect from IPL, from Viacom18 Sports in the coming days?
I'm glad you brought up the FIFA one. I think it was the first time that we put out a 4K sort of viewing option, and that's something that we are working very closely with the BCCI to see that how can we take that to masses. So that will be a clear differential, certainly available only on digital, which is either on connected TV or any other digital stream. We're also, you would have seen this in FIFA, you could watch a game from any angle that you choose as a consumer, and that's again something that we are trying to deliver for IPL. We're also going to do quite a few unique feeds, which are again different from what any consumer has been used to in this country. The level of choice would be quite different. So multicam, 4K, these are all differential things that we would bring on. It's going to be quite exciting as a viewer, especially if you like interactivity, which we know that consumers do, which will make viewing quite different and quite exciting, and hence quite engaging for consumers.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you for having me.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Diego Graffi, CMD Piaggio Vehicles, and David Zanolini, Executive Vice President of Marketing and Communication at Piaggio Group and CMO at Piaggio Fast Forward, joining us as the makers of Vespa scooter speak to us about their 25-year journey in India, new product pipeline, and much more.